Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better Show with your hosts LeeSilber and Ellen Goodwin.
Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better Show. I'm your co-host, Ellen Goodwin, along with...
Eel.
You just failed to, pronounce your name correctly.
But did I? It's my name backwards.
I know it's your name backwards.
I know it's pretty obvious.
Wow. But yeah, today I want to talk about failure. And
this is going to last a long time because I got a lot to talk about.
About failure?
Yeah, I know all about it.
Well,
let me go, coach. Put me in, coach.
We all know a lot about failure, but I think we know the wrong thing. Failure gets a bad rap from a lot of people. Oh, I don't want to try something new because I might fail. Oh, I can't do that because I might fail. I can't start a business. I can't give a speech. I can't do that new sport because I might fail. Tough. If you don't fail, you don't learn anything. Failure is just a data point. It is. I mean, think about it. Yeah, I tell this story all the time. You know, in the history of the world, there has never been a little kid, a toddler, who's not quite a pre-toddler, who's learning to walk and hanging on to the table, stumbling around, and then they start to walk and boom, they fall down. Okay, they failed at their attempt of walking. But there's never in the history of the world been a little kid that just went, cool, I failed, I'm done. I'm just going to sit down here, I'm fine. Don't bother me. No, they kept going, they learned to walk. But as adults, as older people, I mean, it doesn't even have to be adults, we are afraid of failure, and we don't take that as a data point. We don't go, oh, you know what? If I put my foot that way, I fell down. I'm learning. I can do it this way. Failure's just a data point.
I mean, I like to ask this question in my workshops, depending on the topic, but a lot of times is, if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you try?
Absolutely.
Someone raised their hand and said, I want to open a store called Forever 39, and we just sell wine and yoga pants. I'm like, you know what? That would probably do well.
That would so Forever 21's in bankruptcy, but
yeah, well, because it's the wrong demographic.
It's true.
They're selling the wrong things. But people have, these dreams.
Yeah.
And what stops them? I don't want to fail. I don't want to look stupid is another one.
Yes.
I'm going through my whole life trying to not look stupid. It's not working out so well.
Wasn't going to say that, but no, failure is just, I think we look at it wrong.
So failure is not an option. Failure is an option.
Failure is an option. I mean, yes, there's times when failure is really not the preferable thing, like skydiving and your parachute.
Good point.
Yeah, but for the most part, failure isn't the thing that should stop us. We should just look at failure as a data point. You have learned what doesn't work.
Well, in baseball, if you get a hit 3 out of every 10 times, you're a superstar.
Absolutely.
So you're going to fail 7 times out of 10. But you need to learn from that. And sometimes what happens is, they call it you go in a slump.
Yeah.
And so it forces you, because you failed, to reevaluate your swing, to your approach, to figure out what maybe the pitchers have made an adjustment and figured out a way to get you out. And you have to, because you failed, make an adjustment. And I've seen many players change their whole careers because if they had succeeded, they would have stuck with it and it would have just been okay. But when they fail, they sometimes say, all right, let's start over. Let's make this better. What am I doing wrong? How can I do it right? And that changes everything.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and
so you learn from it.
You learn from it. Fewer failure is one of the reasons people procrastinate. Fear of, if I fail, I'm going to look bad. No, you only look bad if you stop. Okay, yoga. Okay, let me tell you my failure story. Okay, I don't like yoga. Okay, I did classes. I fail at it. But you know what I learned? It was a data point where I figured out I don't like yoga just because it's not social. I need a social sort of exercise. So the failure of enjoying yoga, not being bendy enough to do it, wasn't a failure at all. It was me discovering I just don't like yoga. I want to be somewhere where we're chatting while we're working out so I don't think about, oh my God, this hurts.
Well, I have to say for the listeners, your failing at yoga led to the Dive Bar of the Month Club. And I would have to say it's very social. And you were describing a toddler barely able to walk. That was actually one of your patrons and one of your members.
Exactly. But you're right. I figured out and that's the thing. We can try stuff and we can fail, especially as adults. And failure might be, you find out you don't like it. That's okay. It's a data point.
And sometimes we say we fail and we learn how to do it better. Sometimes with
Mhm.
me, I put something out there because I think it's a great idea. It fails and I move on, but it saved me from continuing down the wrong road. So
Absolutely.
failure is a great way to say, all right, this is not happening. That's not to say like certain movies like It's a Wonderful Life came out was a bomb.
Mhm.
Citizen Kane only made $1.5 million at the box office. It was a bomb. One of the greatest films of all time. So sometimes, oh, well, it didn't work the first time, I'm done. But they come to a point where like in a fork in the road and say, this just is not working. People's feedback, I can tell myself, my gut tells me, and the world is telling me this is not working. And then you move on to something that leads you to something better.
Absolutely. So just keep in mind, failure is not failure. It's just a new data point. Be with us again next week for the Faster, Easier, Better show.